Obviously, all intents and purposes, seems like you're going to make your NHL debut tonight. So, any thoughts, nerves? What's going through your mind right now for this night?
Yeah, I'm excited, and I told yesterday it's a good opportunity and good time for me, and I'm excited and I wait. Yeah.
Can we go back to your draft? When you get drafted, obviously everybody's dream is to play in the National Hockey League. And it's been a couple of years. You put in a long road, a lot of work to finally get here. What does that payoff feel like? And looking back on all the work you put in just to get to this point.
Say again, please.
So, all the hard work you've done the last couple of years to get here, how rewarding does it feel?
Yeah, it's a lot of work for this day, and I think it's amazing for me, and I'm waiting this tonight. Yeah.
What do you feel you learned in the AHL, in the American Hockey League? Some of those qualities or things that you can bring to the game tonight?
Yeah, a lot of good things I got in last year and in this year, and coaches from IHL very help me every day, and my teammates and my family, and yeah.
Is there anything you learned playing hockey in the NHL that you feel really benefited you or has helped you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what? What is that on the ice?
Like a lot of I don't know, different things and details and yeah, something.
How helpful is it to have Sarge around just to bounce off ideas? But obviously, you're still a language barrier that you're kind of learning. How key has he been to help you?
Yeah, I when I came in North America in last year, I didn't speak in English. I didn't know nothing, and yeah, last year for me a little bit hard because I didn't speak, and I had a lot of lessons. Like I had a teacher for English, and now I feel like much better. Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it is it helpful to have someone like Sergei Brilin around here?
Yeah, he helped me. Yeah, yeah. If I don't understand something, he helped me every time. Yeah.
One of the things that Sheldon really said after last game is that the performances on home ice haven't been anywhere near where they need to be, particularly when it comes to a little bit more of that compete level. How do you mentally engage with that a little bit more as a full team here?
Yeah, it's just dragging guys in the fight, right? That's so simplifying your game, knowing when the time and place to use the skill, and also time and place to know when the space is behind the D. And it's on you as a player, it's on you as a person to go out there and be willing to fight and compete and do all that. And you just gotta be willing to do it. This game's obviously not easy. It's best league in the world for a reason, and everyone's got the skill. It's just a matter of how much more you want from the other person.
And is that something, yes, Sheldon talks about it, but do you guys talk about it amongst yourselves when you have those conversations? Or does it have to come more from within?
Well, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. I mean, your coach should be the ringleader, obviously, but the guys in the team are really who you fight for and fight with. And it's got to come from inside here. It's got to come from the leadership group. It's got to come from the older veteran guys on showing what it takes to win in this league, and that kind of goes hand in hand with the compete level.
Is this almost like a perfect opportunity to show that you've got a team coming in who had a rough game in their last game last night? They're going to want to prove something to themselves. Is this almost the perfect opportunity to show yourselves that you can match up against?
Yeah, that's any advantages on a back-to-back. I don't even know if that's even a real thing anymore, right? I mean, we hear Keefe talk about that, but that's definitely it's in the back of your mind. It's really just on us. It's on us going out there to try to prove what we need to do and how we need to play, and take advantage of situations like that. And it starts with tonight.
You've had your battles with Tampa, obviously, many times. What makes them so hard to compete against?
Yeah, their team's obviously a lot different than what it has been in years previous, but they've always still got their core guys that are their main guys in that team. They're super skilled. They're very smart with the puck. But they're also not afraid to to bang and get bodies. I mean, their bottom six is just a hardworking six. And Australia is obviously a very good center, and you had a guy like Point and Kucherov up there as well. Those are pretty dangerous combinations, and a great goalie in that. So it's just getting in front of him, taking his eyes away, and trying to make it hard on him.
How do you feel like you've been fitting in the first power play unit?
I just work. Watching those guys is pretty special. Obviously, I'm out there too, but I do my job, and my job's in the net front is retrieving pucks, is getting them back for those guys, and allowing them to make their plays. And you get a chance to score, you got to be ready to score. And it's been okay so far. We've got a few reps here and there, and I think we scored maybe two times, 3 times so far. So. Just work in progress.
Sheldon, you're very familiar with the Lightning. What is it about them that makes them the team they are? And is Kucherov in that pantheon of elite forwards in this league?
Well, I don't even think I need to answer the question. I mean, Don Kucherov, he's established that time and time again with his play, not only in regular seasons but playoffs. But yeah, in terms of their team, I think. There's elite skill at all positions, forward, defense, and goaltending, and then just great character about their group, which I think has allowed them to stay competitive when they've lost a lot of key contributors. But their culture and their core is well established, and they lean on that consistently. So they're a formidable opponent year in, year out. That's what I've found, and that's what I expect.
Looking at the tape from the last game, particularly that first period, what was the major breakdown as far as defensively go? Was it forwards out of their assignments? What did you see?
Talking about our last
game? Yeah.
But what I saw is just us not having the required level of competitiveness and work habits. And when you don't have that, the structure is irrelevant. Like in a lot of those cases, they're in the right position, but they're just getting beat to the puck or beat to the net, or things like that. So that's what it's about for me. I think our team's got a really good understanding of our structure and how we need to play, how we want to play, and more often than not, we've displayed that. Even the other night, over the course of a 60-minute game, or in that case, whatever, 64-minute game, you go through it as a coach, you find hundreds of really good things, over the course of the game when you're looking at shift after shift and all 5 players, and there's a lot of really good things you pull out of it. But the reason why teams win or lose is you have these lapses at very key times that result in goals against, and you can't recover from that more often than not. So that's what it's about. It's just us, and that's why we, just having those breakdowns and lapses at times where we're second. We're second to pucks, and we're second in body positioning, and then all of a sudden your structure breaks down. They get inside, and all those things start to happen. But when we fix that, you look at how we started the second period. We came out with a ton of purpose and drive, and obviously Nico scored 2 great goals, and his individual effort on the second goal in particular was quite impressive. But the whole team, how they started, how the hollow line started in the first period of the second, how the first shift of the second period, how Kovacevic and Siegenthaler started that breakout coming out of our zone, and how we got into the zone, and how Hollis group forechecked, and then we got an offensive change, and Nico came onto the ice and scored. So that's when you play like that, you're going to win a lot of games. But it's about consistency. If you're not consistent, then you're not much in this league. You're consistently inconsistent. So that's not what we want to be. We want to be something where we know who and what we're going to be every single night, and that we can lean on. We lean on that, and it should give us an opportunity to win every game because we're a good enough team to do so.
What does Daniil Misyul need to do to be at his best tonight in potentially a first NHL game?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for him, but it's what's important and the message that we've given to him is he does not need to complicate things out there. He's a big body that we expect to be physical and end plays and then move the puck efficiently up to the forwards. That's really it. Hold his position and make up for any nerves or inexperience that he has playing in the NHL, or in this case, even the 2 or 3 weeks or whatever it's been that he's missed since we left for Prague. Any of those gaps there can be made up by just playing good, sound positional hockey and keep the play in front of him and use the skills that he has. I've liked him from what I've seen him in practice or in preseason. We'll get a look at him here tonight in the game setting.
Timo has 4 assists in the last 2 games since moving on to the Heischer line. How does playing with Nico and Dawson maybe bring the best of his game out?
Well, I think those guys, we just talked about consistency as a team, and I think when I look at certainly Nico as the most consistent player on our team, one of the most consistent guys in the league here, I think, to start the season. Like, he has been exceptional on both sides of the puck. I've been so impressed coaching this guy. So that helps. You know what you're going to get there from at the center ice position. You're winning the face-off. You're starting with the puck a lot, and you're not spending much time in your end. And if you are, it's organized, and you're getting out on the attack quickly. And then Mercer drives play as well. So all those kind of things mash up with Timo. They've had some good fortune there, to get some offense. Obviously, how they started the period the other night was really great. The goal to get us going again in the third period was really good. Timo's been good for me, though, all throughout. I think there's some little things inside his game that I'd like to see him do a little bit better and manage the puck better and hold on to the puck better and more frequently, as he's so heavy and can really make it hard for the opposition. But I've been happy with his game. His effort's been really good. He's been physical and skating.
You used the word panic with making some plays, and I don't know whether he meant that after the last game. But how do you play with calmness from a team perspective so that the breakouts are a little cleaner and you handle the forecheck pressure?
Yeah, I think it just comes through confidence, knowing that you put in the work and you've practiced. And we had a chance here to have a day off and a practice day yesterday, which is important. I think yesterday was really our first real true practice day since we returned from Prague and had those 2 days leading up to the Toronto game. But just finished 6 games in 10 days, and it looked that way, not practicing, not getting the extra touches, and a little fatigue starts to creep in, and then, you start kind of tossing the puck around a little bit instead of having some patience and poise with it. But it comes through confidence, I think, is a big piece, and you get your confidence through your work in practice and all of that, and then structure brings confidence also, because you know where everybody is going to be. So when everyone is doing their job off the puck, it makes it that much simpler for those that have it. And anytime there's a turnover or a panic play like you talk about, I don't always put it on just the puck carrier or a puck handler. I talk to the others. What are you doing? Are you available? Are you talking? Are you in the right position where he knows where you may be, so that he maybe doesn't have to look, but he can feel it and knows that you're going to be in the right spot. So that's all about us, getting more comfortable with one another.
You talked just a little bit before about what it's been like for you to coach a player like Nico. I'm just wondering, what are you learning about him being behind the bench and the way he is as a leader, in game?
Again, just the consistency and reliability, in whatever situation you put him in, that he's gonna go out there and give you everything that he has. He plays with great intelligence, so that he rarely puts the team in a bad spot. I know he was very disappointed himself for that change in overtime the other night, and we obviously don't like that. That's a rare negative moment for him. However, I probably didn't help the situation, given how much I kept throwing him over the boards in a game like that required so much energy, and he was quite tired. But he just does what's required for the team, and like I said, I've had good respect for him coming into this, but being behind the bench and watching him every day, and then re-watching every game through video as thoroughly as we do, he does so many great things out there that help the team control play and manage games. That is really exceptional. We're fortunate to have him. I'm certainly fortunate to coach him.
So just a quick follow-up, if I may, on Seamus. How receptive was he when you sat down with him and explained to him the situation and him going down? How receptive was he? And as a coach, was that a hard thing to do? Is that one of the hard things to do as a coach?
Well, Seamus he has great perspective. He's got a great head on his shoulders. He's a very mature young guy. I don't know if that's an oxymoron or not, but he for his age, he's got a good head about him. He kind of knows the process. I think he really felt that he earned and deserved an opportunity that was available because of the injuries. But I think he also had some perspective of that most players require time in the American League and inevitably go down there. And sees value in it, and I think he also, in talking with them, felt it on the ice at times that this league is difficult. It's difficult in the game. It's difficult after the game. It's difficult in the relentless nature of the schedule. Like all of these things, it's a lot to take in, which is why players need more time. And he gets that. I think if anything, though, he really, at the same time, knows he impacted games positively while he was here. So that fuels his confidence and all of that. So it's difficult. It's always hard to give news and talk to players when you've gotten bad news like that. But I also pitched it to him that it's not bad news. It's just part of the process. It's part of the process, and he'll be an NHL player. We have great confidence in that. It's just a matter of him continuing to develop so that over time he comes up and never goes back down.